Hi guys, what's up? I'm the resident tech geek here at India Today, Aayush Ailawadi, and you're watching your favorite technology show, Tech Today. On this special episode of Tech Today, we'll be talking about what's new with Google Maps in India. Also, what's India's new independent safety rating for cars all about. And like every other big Hollywood success story or Bollywood success story, there's a challenge at the start of the show. We hope to overcome it, and then there's the taste and smell of a sweet success. It all ends, I can tell you, spoiler alert, on a merry, merry note. It's a special show, as you can see, and we cannot wait to get started. Let's begin. No phones, no laptops, no other gadgets, no tablet. Well, I am up for this challenge, Tech Today community. I love the fact that one, you're engaging on your favorite technology platform, Tech Today, and two, it is a challenge that I am genuinely relishing the prospect of. That means I have to switch off this phone for a day and last on a wearable. Now, my preferred wearable of choice is the Apple Watch Ultra 2 for three reasons. Firstly, it's the battery life. It can last an entire day, and that you'll need to survive this challenge. No topping it up, no charging it again. Number two is the fact that its health and fitness features are second to none. And thirdly, the cellular service works very well in the Apple ecosystem. But how does this really work in practice? These are things I'm telling you in theory. So I'm going to start by switching off the iPhone, and honestly, I'm a little shaky about whether I can last without the iPhone, but okay, that's my first call of the day. Hello?
Hello, Aayush.
Yes?
Shoot ka call time, please.
Shoot ka call time, boss. Okay, clearly, we'll start another 10 minutes. In fact, we're shooting one thing now, but that's how we do it on Tech Today. A lot more shoots coming, boss. We will start another half an hour, okay?
Okay.
Okay, loud and clear. The camera team has already connected with me. My first call on the Apple Watch, and you could hear what it sounded like. You can also send a text message right over here. So if I want to send a very quick text message to say, message Big Brother, how's your day going today?
Okay, sending. To cancel, you can also...
So it says to cancel, you can also press the digital crown on your watch. It's sending as we speak. And I'm telling you, by the time I finish the sentence, if the brother responds, we'll have some sort of a social scene for the weekend. But messaging and calling works perfectly fine. Now, if you have AirPods or some sort of earbuds, you can also connect them to the Apple Watch and other wearables, even the Samsung Galaxy Watch for that matter. But the good news here is you can store some of your songs, also play music using the cellular plan. Right now in India, the cellular plans are free, so they can be tethered to your existing Jio, Airtel or Vodafone cellular plan on your phone. Well, that's only calling and messaging features on this wearable. And you'll say, Aayush is boring us with these features because there has to be cooler things you can do if we're putting you up to this challenge. And yes, calling and messaging or with this cellular service works, but there are other reasons why I would go for the Apple Watch Ultra 2 for this challenge. The first one being health and the second one being fitness. Now, fitness is going to be a lot of fun when we've shot a bunch of things for you for the past couple of weeks. But the main one, which is really important for all of us, currently in the times that we live in, is health. Let's talk about that. They say an apple a day keeps the doctor away. I can say the same thing about this particular wearable. Look, at home with friends and family, they think I'm very anxious all the time. They call me Google Baba because I keep Googling symptoms and stuff like that. But that's why this particular wearable can genuinely come in handy and really dispel some of those sort of doubts from your head because of a couple of features. They have, of course, the much spoken about blood oxygen monitoring, which is really affecting sales in the US as we speak. But most importantly, they have heart rate notifications, right? High heart rate, irregular heart rate. These are things that the Apple Watch is really good at. It also has a shortcut right here. And of course, it's best to do this with some medical supervision, but you can conduct an ECG with one node right here by placing your finger, taking a few deep breaths, and in 30 seconds, and just like that, in a matter of seconds, you can record an ECG, send it across to your doctor in the form of a PDF, refer to it in the health app, and it tells you automatically, of course, that it doesn't check for any particular disorders, but it does give you a fairly accurate ECG reading. We've had, Tech Today reports in the past where people have conducted these sort of tests on their Apple Watch and then been led to a medical expert. This is that one fail-safe mechanism. And I think for someone like me who's feeling, sometimes anxious, and there's a lot of people like me out there as well who really want that reassurance, this is one step before, you really start getting into your own head, and that's a very handy feature. But once you've done all of this, you want to really get back to fitness, be it the gym, be it football, or even underwater. So I'm going to head to the football field and I'll tell you a little bit more about my day with no iPhone and just my wearable. There you see, phone still off, lasting on the Apple Watch, but I need a little bit of play. All work and no play, you know how that saying goes, and that's why I want to play some football. This wearable has been a worthy companion even on the football field. High heart rate notifications, what's your recovery like? Even when you go to sleep, it's telling you after a workout how healthy or fit you are. Even taking this underwater for a swim gives you your depth, the temperature of the water, can be used as a dive computer. That's why I said not the standard Apple Watch. The Apple Watch Ultra is really something that comes in handy with your health and fitness related activities. Now I'm going to go play a quick game of football, change into some football gear. You can watch maybe a few sneak peek shots, and then I will get back to making a call on my Apple Watch because I have a long way to go before I sleep. Well, there you go. You have your boarding pass right here as well. That means no printouts. It's an eco-friendly solution. A one-stop shop, it seems like. But what about my entertainment needs? What about other things like WhatsApp and accessing your email? Well, there are a bunch of things that would mean that I wouldn't be able to complete the challenge, but I am one who enjoys winning these bets. So for now, I'll board the flight and then I'll tell you about some of the things that I couldn't do in this challenge just on my smartwatch. No matter how competent, there are a few things that we couldn't do. All right, now we got to give you a final verdict for the purpose of putting up with this challenge. Of course, with the bare minimum, you could get by with a cellular Apple Watch Ultra 2. For instance, taking calls, messages, fairly decent. Sometimes the cellular network didn't catch up, but the times it did, you could, well, perhaps use this, but it's not entirely reliable, and that's because of the telecom service providers. If you're talking about battery life, we still have fairly enough juice left on this Apple Watch Ultra. After using it through the course of the day, boarding a flight, playing a game of football, getting your workouts in, and shooting this show. So battery life wise, if you get 30 to 36 hours of typical usage on the watch, it's actually better than even my Samsung Galaxy S23 Ultra or even the iPhone 15. So that is a problem sorted. But you're not doing as intensive tasks on this tiny screen, right? To be practical about it, what if you want to use WhatsApp? What if you want to send a really verbose email? What if you want to play games? And what if you want to do what all of us creators do all the time, which is use Instagram and YouTube? You can't do any of that, of course, on your Apple Watch. Some notifications would come if your phone was on, but you cannot necessarily replace your iPhone with an Apple Watch Ultra. All of this is just to do with the features. Something that I inadvertently stumbled upon doing this challenge happens to be that this was the best way to actually do a digital detox. Now, that one quick cull and then you say, I'm not going to be using any devices altogether, that's not practical in 2023 and 2024. You do need to ease it in. So if I can have the important notifications, and everyone's been talking about it, even tech leaders, about lesser screen time, that was possible by me completing this challenge successfully because I just got my main notifications. I had my health and fitness features, I could travel, I could do quite a bit for a wearable. So it's very impressive in terms of the implementation. Thank you for putting me up for this challenge. Keep writing to me on social media, especially on Instagram. Well, all in all, it was an impressive performance by the Apple Watch Ultra 2, but there will be a few tasks where I will require my smartphone, my tablet, and of course, my laptop to edit this now as well. But I'm going to go back to the whole ecosystem, switch my phone back on, and we're going to continue with this show. I'll see you in the next segment. You can see the Tech Today studio done up in full Christmas spirit, and I'm dressed up like this as well. This is only and only for Christmas, and so we have to have a special segment on this show as well. Something which has become Christmas tradition on Tech Today, which I'm guessing you'll enjoy as well, is us coming to you, the Tech Today community, to figure out what it is you want this Christmas in Santa's bag. Have you been naughty or nice? What are your resolutions like? And most importantly, which product are you adding to cart this Christmas season? Here's a special report.
As you can see, it's that time of the year where we introspect and ask ourselves what exactly do we want this Christmas. Well, let's talk to people and find out what's in their tech wish list this holiday season. If you could ask Santa for one Christmas gift, any gadget or product, what would that be and why?
I think AirPods, because that's the only thing missing from my Apple collection.
Ritual gadget.
I think it would be a Roomba for me.
I would like to new iPad.
I think I would upgrade my phone only, that is it. Maybe iPhone 15.
Probably a new PC because I love video gaming.
I think it could be a robot who can be like my clone.
Probably the new AirPods.
App, I would say, which tells me what other person is thinking about me.
One thing that I'm going to ask Santa is for a flying car, right? So that I can just fly around. I can beat the traffic anywhere.
Since we are at the end of the year, we would want to know, or judging whether you're nice or naughty, which app did you use the most?
Okay, I think I've probably been naughty because I've been on Zara too many times.
Instagram, I use the most.
Instagram.
Instagram.
I spend a lot of time scrolling through reels.
Google Maps, because I have no idea where I am half the time. So Google Maps. But at home, maybe LinkedIn.
I think Insta was the only app that I used the most this year.
I think that would be Jeevan Sathi.
If there is a New Year resolution and there's an app or a tech product that can help you fulfill that, which is that?
That's a tricky question. I think something related to health. I think the health app will help me a lot.
Probably the fitness app, so I make sure I do my 10,000 steps a day.
Tinder.
A really high-tech blender so we can be more healthy and make juices. Danielle's going to make me loads of juices.
Switch from Jeevan Sathi to Tinder or something like that, yeah.
I guess a treadmill.
I think I would again, upload Jeevan Sathi.
Needs an alarm clock first to wake up in the morning.
Well, that's quite a tall order for the hottest tech of the year. I hope Santa fulfills their wish. Over to you, Aayush.
Now we want to focus on a bunch of India-specific announcements, starting off with what's new with Google Maps in India. The company has announced a bunch of AI-focused features here in India that are all set to change your experience with the app. Now, Google Maps is something we use so commonly, and they have new features like live view navigation, lenses, things that can genuinely be game changers. But what is it like in practice? Most importantly, how is your customer experience all about to change? Tech Today's Priya Singh finds out.
You will get proper real-time instructions.
The Google Map experience is all set to change for the Indian users. This week, Google announced 5 new AI-powered features for Google Maps in India. The tech giant plans to now focus on making digital mapping more intuitive and visually interactive using artificial intelligence. On a single day, Google Maps witnesses over 50 million searches across multiple languages that power over 2.5 billion kilometers of directions in India. Mirriam Daniel, the VP and GM Google Maps, spoke to Tech Today about the challenges they face when it comes to navigation in India.
We are really excited about the pace of transformation in India, and in the last couple of years since we launched Street View in India, the pace of innovation has just accelerated. With the power of AI that we're able to employ and all the technologies we're able to put together, and the combination of Street View imagery and all of the data from our local partners about what's happening in India, whether it is road networks, whether it is putting buildings on the map, we've been able to bring a lot of new exciting innovation to India at a very rapid pace.
One of the major features that the company announced was Lens in Maps. With the help of this feature, users will just need to point their camera in a direction to see all the major landmarks in that direction, like cafes, restaurants and more, with relevant information like hours, ratings, reviews and photographs. This can also help the user make quick decisions like where to eat. It will roll out in 15 cities in India by January 2024, starting of course with Android. Another feature is live view walking navigation that will help you out in case you end up in an unknown location or are looking for a specific landmark. Google Maps will show you arrows, directions and distance markers on the maps. This feature is set to roll out in 3,000 cities across India in 2024. Address descriptor is also something that will help users in India navigate more easily. With this feature, instead of the exact location, Google Map will give directions based on the nearest landmark. Google's Where Is My Train app, which garners over 80 million users every month and is used to navigate intercity train journeys, is also getting an upgrade. In a collaboration with Open Network for Digital Commerce and mobility app Nammaya 3, users will soon be able to see metro schedules and bookings via the Google Maps. Google says this feature will first be rolled out for commuters on the Kochi Metro, followed by the Mumbai local trains. Finally, Google has also introduced a feature that can help minimize carbon dioxide emissions in India. With the introduction of a fuel-efficient routing feature, users will be able to identify more eco-friendly routes based on their choice of vehicle. Google says that this feature uses artificial intelligence to track real-time traffic data, road elevation, and the type of vehicle engine to identify a route that limits emission levels and is better for the environment. While it may seem at first like incremental innovation for users, this feature has made more than a dent on the global stage. Google says that from October 2021 through September 2023, this feature has helped prevent more than 2.4 million metric tons of CO2e emissions globally. That's the equivalent of taking 5 lakh fuel-based cars off the road in a year. The company is also relying heavily on AI to implement such features.
I know AI is kind of like a buzzword this year, but I just want to tell you all that for more than a decade, if not for AI, this kind of map making would not have been possible. Everything from giving you ETA estimations based on traffic, historical patterns, current traffic, all put together is based on AI.
Going forward, Google plans to focus on finding solutions to specific problems that Indian users face on a daily basis, like navigation across rural areas for two-wheelers and four-wheelers. It's good to see big tech focusing on India in a big way, and it's even better to see artificial intelligence being used for the right reasons.
A reason to rejoice for India's auto and tech enthusiasts, as two made-in-India SUVs, the Tata Harrier and Tata Safari, two tech-loaded SUVs that we love here on Tech Today, have secured India's first ever 5-star Bharat NCAP rating. Now, what is this BNCAP rating? How is it different from the global NCAP ratings? Well, it's India's first independent Atmanirbhar safety rating for cars. If you're trying to understand what this really means and what it means for you and for the auto sector in general, well, have a look at this special report.
The first ever crash test results from the Bharat New Car Assessment Program NCAP are in. And Tata Motors is leading the charge with a stellar performance from their popular SUVs, the Safari and Harrier. Both vehicles have secured a perfect 5-star rating in both adult and child occupant protection, setting a new benchmark for safety in the Indian automotive industry. In terms of pricing, the Tata Safari is priced between 16.19 lakh rupees and 27.34 lakh rupees ex-showroom. The Tata Harrier sits in the price range of 15.49 lakh rupees to 26.44 lakh rupees ex-showroom. The Bharat BNCAP initiative applies to all vehicles of up to 3.5 tons manufactured in India to be assessed based on their safety performance. The government will conduct stringent crash tests and safety evaluations to check the structural integrity, occupant protection, and child safety provision for vehicles. The government has said car manufacturers can voluntarily get their vehicles tested as per the Automotive Industry Standard AIS 197 under this program. With all these tests, the extent of damage that a car can suffer in the event of an accident can be known. Based on these assessments, customers will have a star rating, so they can compare the safety standard with other vehicles and make an informed decision while making a purchase. The program is valid for CNG and electric vehicles, in addition to conventional combustion engine vehicles too. Bharat BNCAP has additional tests and slightly different criteria for star ratings compared to the global NCAP that is primarily used in Europe. Notably, the Bharat BNCAP is specific to India. Road Transport and Highways Minister Nitin Gadkari has said, Bharat BNCAP is India's independent Atmanirbhar voice on vehicle safety. It is benchmarked to the best-in-class global standard, and the Bharat BNCAP vehicle rating system is designed to advance road safety and vehicle safety standard beyond mandatory regulations. The new Safari and Harrier are equipped with several safety features, including 7 airbags with 6 as standard across all models, standard electronic stability control, 3-point seat belts in all rows, seatbelt reminder for all passengers, ISOFIX tethers, seat belts with retractor, pretensioner, load limiter and anchor pretensioner, a reinforced cabin structure for enhanced crash performance and a side pole impact protection too. It is interesting to note that earlier this year, the Tata Safari and Harrier secured a 5-star rating at the global NCAP tests as well. So along with the new Bharat BNCAP ratings, this is certainly a milestone moment for the Indian automotive sector.
Well, yet another special episode of Tech Today draws to a close. But it's also a very special milestone in our journey. 2 years ago, around this same week, we started your favorite technology platform, Tech Today, on TV, on digital, and even in print. India's only premier multimedia technology platform. And we have to thank you for your support throughout our journey, and it's only to infinity and beyond for us here on Tech Today. It's also a special moment because the team, all of us here, want to wish you a very Merry Christmas and a Happy New Year. This is your host Aayush Ailawadi saying until next week, adios.